Many of you watching have probably experienced a troubling diagnosis before, or you know a friend or have a family member who has had a troubling or even devastating diagnosis. Today, I want to share with you a resource I've created to help you cope with that, give you a little bit of control over that situation. I created this because this is the resource that I wish I had 9 years ago when my dad was diagnosed with cancer. I was very close with my dad. We practiced dentistry together for many years. And when he was diagnosed with cancer, we were just all overwhelmed. I didn't even know, really couldn't even think, couldn't sleep, didn't know the questions to ask or what to really do. And so in those times where you're completely overwhelmed, or even in times when you're not, it's still nice to have a checklist. And so this is what I'm providing today as a free resource. It is a Pillars of Health checklist. So this provides something that's actually printable. The first page kind of explains it. I'm not a physician. I'm not trying to tell you what to do with your health. And I would advise you to print this off and take it to your doctor and talk to your doctor about potentially changing some of your behaviors under each of the four pillars of health, which are eating nourishing food, the right foods, getting plenty of exercise, movement, getting adequate sleep, and that it's actually restful and good quality sleep. And the last one is stressing less. After my dad died, I really dove into the research on food, really for years. That's where I stayed. And food is incredibly important. And I learned a lot about food and the phytochemicals in food, the best way to prepare them, to preserve the phytochemicals. And that was really empowering, but this was after the fact. But this empowers me now to help protect myself and protect my family now that I know these things about food. But as I continued my journey of health, I began to learn that it's not just about food. And I knew that anyway, but I kind of was stuck in that place. Now, you can eat a fantastic diet, but if you're not sleeping well and you're not getting enough movement, and you are stressed out, any one of those four things can be very detrimental to your health and can really counteract your wonderful attempts in other areas, other pillars of health. So this checklist allows you to look at each of these pillars of health with suggestions, options, with a little checkbox besides each one. So you could decide, I think I could do that. I think I can do that. I'm gonna talk to my doctor about that and see what my doctor thinks about that. But I think I could eat a serving of berries a day. Something small. I also hyperlink many of these suggestions to resources. So for example, under Pillar of Health Stress Less, I suggest relaxation breathing techniques, and I link that to a video that would actually lead you through that. I also link you to several books that have been very helpful in my journey and I think are really good resources. So I would just invite you to take advantage of this free resource. I made it with you in mind, and I really want to get it out to as many people as possible because I think it could really make a difference, especially in people who have already had a diagnosis and are just overwhelmed and don't even know where to start, what to do. I can't even think straight, and their families are overwhelmed as well. And for those people who really just want to make a personalized strategy, a personalized health plan that they have some control over. I'm certainly not saying not to follow your doctor's advice when it comes to any kind of treatment or medication. I'm just saying when you are at home and choosing what to put in your mouth for dinner, or you are sitting watching television and you actually need to be doing some movement, or you're not sleeping well, but you're not really doing anything about it, those are the kinds of things that you can actually control. And those make a huge difference. The four pillars of health all together have a tremendous impact on our health and can really complement whatever your doctor is recommending. So I'm going to provide this for you. Please share it. Please share it with your doctor, share it with your family and your friends, use it yourself, and let me know what you think about it, because this resource is designed for you to help you get healthy and stay healthy and feel good and enjoy your life. If you feel that this video has been helpful and you like this free resource, I'm also creating a webinar that will do a deep dive into each of these pillars of health. As I mentioned before, I learned so much about food and the different phytochemicals that are so beneficial to us and what research tells us about those, and also the best way to prepare foods to preserve as much of those phytochemicals as possible. In the description below, there's a place where you can sign up to be notified when the webinar is getting ready to launch. So if you're interested in that, make sure that you go to the description and sign up to be on that list to know when it's getting ready to launch.